So you made it to Module 3. I've been expecting you. So what we're going to cover here is developing a content theme, strategy, what to post, when to post, like the best times based on Instagram's algorithm, and a couple more things such as geotagging and hashtags. So let's go ahead and develop a content strategy and let's get into it. Content is king. You hear it all the time. Posting a crappy photo versus a high quality photo really make a world of a difference of your success on the platform. So posting higher quality photos will really help establish trust between you and your audience. A good way to think about it is high quality content builds trust, which increases conversions, which ultimately leads to more followers, higher engagement, faster growth, and ultimately, more sales. So naturally, high quality content is super important. But what does high quality mean, right? What high quality really means is what it means to your audience. So I would study your feed, right? And that takes a lot of time and effort. So you got to go in there and look at your posts about which ones do better engagement and which ones have not so good engagement. So with that, you want to curate your content based on which ones get the best engagement and post less of the photos that get bad engagement. What this will help you do is, over time, build what your audience thinks is high quality, and you'll always get the best engagement if you do this test and spend a little bit of extra time to do it. We've actually ran a test with this with two very similar accounts just to show you how important having high quality content really is and how much of a big impact it can make. So we got two accounts, very similar. The only thing that was different was one letter, right? Both with 11.4K followers, and we posted all the same photos, just one of the set of photos was edited like really bad and the other was like way better, right? So what we did with these is over the course of 2 days for each, we followed 1,000 accounts off of each account, right? So one with poor quality, account A, account B has high quality. We follow 1,000 accounts per, and what happened was on account A with the lower quality, after 7 days, only 96 people out of those 1,000 followed back, right? With this account B with the higher quality, same content and everything, 380 people followed back out of that 1,000. So it's an insane difference, right? So this obviously just shows you how big of an impact it can make and literally quadruple your results on what you'll get with engagement. People in this generation, especially the people on Instagram, are automatically attracted to the nicest TVs, the higher resolution screens, all that stuff, right? The newest iPhones. So automatically we're drawn subconsciously to higher quality stuff, right? You have to cater to that. So I can't stress this enough. I probably sound like a broken record at this point, but really you want to edit all your photos high quality and make sure you're putting that on Instagram and giving your best face out to your audience. So now I'm going to show you some examples of what good content strategies look like and what high quality content can do, and something you can do to really boost that up for your own account. So this is just a website I found, the previewApp.com, and I'll talk about that app in a second. But you see here, grid 1, squares, right? This is just such a simple style. It's all just regular squares, still high quality. You see they're all edited the same in here, with the same filter and stuff like that. Super important. So squares is probably the easiest to do. You don't have to think about it too hard and see the intricate ones as we go further down in here. But squares is just a real simple one if you want to use the same filter and be able to build that high quality content. So the second one you see here is diagonal. Right, so this one's really interesting. You see how it has girl, 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 and they do a good job of explaining it in here. All the colors are yellow. Let's see, coffee, ice cream here. So it just really helps you be able to see that, diagonal and help you build that trust a little bit more. It just comes off as a little bit more high quality. And obviously all these photos are really high quality as well. It helps out. A couple more examples of the diagonal. On this one, you'll see tiles. So this one's pretty simple. If you don't have, a lot of time to do photography and stuff like that, you can outsource these quotes or make them on a couple different apps, which, we can go through later as well. But these are really just text on simple white background. And you'll see how the tiles kind of work out. You can get unique with them as we go down here, different stuff like that. So that helps you save time as well. And I'll just kind of get through the rest of these here. Like you'll see the row, there's a different account right there. I have the quotes, and the different photos, and they're all three the same. Looks really nice. So I'm just gonna scroll through here. Line in the middle, you have the top, and then you have the same photos on the sides. That goes really well to save content. All of this stuff, because of how much you have to post and keep at that high quality, image, it's really good to be able to have these strategies in place, and they look really fancy. So Here's a few more. And again, you could just go to this site and check out different ones. You know what I mean? I'm just scrolling through and just showing you and explaining a couple different ones. You'll see this girl use the photo from the same shoot, just different angles, and it still looks great. It doesn't look cheesy. So here's a couple more. Same color. You can see they use the similar color scheme, like purple and bluish here. Next is borders. So this helps your photo stand out a little bit more. You can do the vertical borders. Oops. Grow your Instagram. I like that one. So you have the different lines here, and I'll just go through the rest so you guys can see them. This one's pretty interesting. You have a puzzle here. So what I'll show you how to create all of these. Trust me, I know it seems like a lot, but you'll see how all of the squares kind of go inside together as one big feed, right? And I just think that's super interesting because you're able to, have this one basic full-on feed as one full, picture instead of just multiple pictures. So that works as a great option that's aesthetically pleasing. This one looks really, really cool. So it does take some time to do stuff like this, but it could really help out your engagement a lot. And last is just a mix. So you'll see like puzzle plus squares, and you can do different stuff. So that's really all I have to show you examples for the content strategies. And now we'll get into, showing you the preview app and a little different things that you can do to tweak that. So you can download the preview app here. This is what it looks like in the App Store, or you can go to their website for more designs or ideas. So play around with that, really find your favorite theme and really works best for you. So now that you have a winning content strategy, let's dive into how often you should post. Posting once a day should be your minimum to start. Now, that may seem like a lot, but as you saw with some of the examples I showed you a minute ago, it's easy to get creative and fill some of those spaces. Some examples of this are adding quotes, posting photos from the same photo shoot, or just create a majority of your content at once. Of course, there are more ways to post every day, but play around with it. Find out what works best for you. But you definitely want to be posting daily at a minimum, and maybe a max at 3 times per day. Of course, what would be the point of knowing how often to post if you don't know the best times to post? So let's get into the best times to post on Instagram. Collin, what's the best time to post on Instagram? Well, Collin, I just don't know. The best times to post really depend on each individual audience per account, but there are 3 options to find the best times to post on your account. To get a paid tool like Econo Square to track when your followers engage the most, switch to a business account, or test on your own by posting at different times throughout the week and track which best times get the highest engagement and optimize from there. But really, we found that overall, noon is the best time to post on Instagram and the audience's local time zone. Now, let's get into the next section, geotagging. So there's not too much to talk about when it comes to geotagging posts, except that it's super important to get max exposure. 70% of Instagram posts aren't even seen. So having a location tag to your post is crucial to get maximum exposure. In fact, posts with geotagging perform 79% better than those without. Another reason it's good to use this feature is because, as I mentioned earlier, with adding your location to your bio, it's good to have local people know that you live in the area. And that goes for if you're a business or an individual. So don't forget to geotag your posts. Lastly, but certainly not least, let's talk about hashtags. Hashtags are almost as old as social media itself. Of course, they have evolved over time, and different platforms rank hashtags differently. However, Instagram and hashtags have sort of like a love-hate relationship. So let's get into what that looks like. Instagram allows you to use up to 30 hashtags per post. That's a lot. But then people started taking advantage of that privilege and used already top-ranking hashtags like hashtag love and hashtag success, hashtag blessed, to try to get their photo in front of more people, even though the post has no love or success to it. It would be like using those hashtags with this photo. There's definitely no love or success about that. So this actually does worse for your photo. Even if it gets more likes and comments overall, the people who like and comment are most likely not even interested in your page. No offense. But same thing goes for using hashtags like tags for like, follow for follow, like for like, etc. That being said, here's a good hashtag strategy that I found that works for the best. Okay, so choose only 5 hashtags, not 30. Make 2 of them small, which means 0 to 200K posts. Make 2 of them medium, meaning 200K to 1 million posts. And make 1 large, meaning 1 mil plus posts. I would also find a few different sets, just so you can have a little bit of, a difference in your niche, so you don't have to use all the same hashtags. And it also helps you to not look as spammy. I'll touch up on the algorithm later in Module 8, but for now, I do want to say that at least with hashtags, the closer you are to using them how they're supposed to be used, the better your results will be, and the better you'll rank in the algorithm. So Instagram's algorithm is way smarter than most people think. So rather than trying to outsmart it to growth hack your Instagram, just use the hashtag strategy I gave you, and you'll be just fine. So now that we did content and posting and covered all of that, let's get into the next section, which is engagement via likes.